Hi everybody, I've just had something turn up. And I'm quite looking forward to this actually, because my old dad was in Tunisia in the Desert War. So, COOLBANK released a Crusader Mk.III, and hopefully it's in here. So let me see if I can get these off. Well, tell you what, it's packed well. Oh, sorry if you can hear rain. It's absolutely chucking it down in England at the minute. Oh, hello there. Now that looks all right, doesn't it? Let me just get this out of the box. My God, that was a tight fit, said the vicar to the nun. So yeah, hot off the presses from China. Here's the box. Underneath, a little bit of damage. Right, let's cut the, see what we've got. Hopefully this comes off a bit easier. Oh, nice packing. In fact, that's better than the, oh, that's good. That's nice. Let's have a look. There's an Allen key. This is the fuel bag. We have some rubber hose. That's the rear mounts as well. We'll get them all out and have a look properly. And there's one of the exhaust parts. Cool. Then we get the usual charger. Instructions. With some decent amount of decals actually. I know they're the vinyl ones, but if you give them a good coat of varnish, it's fine. So we'll have a look at this in a minute actually. Separate sand shields. And was it top tracks as well? Was it just sand shields? Might just be sand shields. So we'll get, yeah, the sand shields. Oh, they're nice. They're not too thick either, but I'm going to thin these down. I really want to do this in two-tone Sicilian camouflage. And then we've got these parts. Oh, spare track length, which I don't think you got in the Stuart. Hey, they're already painted brass. That's cool. And that's on there, which is the turret bits. We'll get these out in a sec. This, I presume, is the radio. Where's the... I've got to get this done because my son's desperate to play with it. Oh! Yeah, exactly the same as the Stuart. It probably has the same... there wasn't an option when I bought this on AliExpress for a separate battery pack. But yeah, so 4 AA batteries in there. Alright, it's the same as the Stuart. So there's that. Right, let's take this off. Oh, let's have a look. She's well packed, isn't she? That's really nice packing. Oh, now that's lovely, isn't it? That's really lovely. The gun's already de-elevated, so de-elevated, you know what I mean. Same as the Stuart. The battery is already inside. So does the... Okay, hope that's not... There's the arms. So that's cool. And held on, if you can see up there, by Allen keys, I think. And you must be able to take the side plates off. Yes, there's the screw holes to take these skirts off. Hopefully that's not broken. I think it is. So let's look at that. And there's the turret again. So I think exactly the same setup as the Stuart. Probably the same control system, but we'll see if we can take it apart. Alright. That's really nice. Now I'm presuming they've got caps. Oh! Yep, and the driver's hatch opens. Okay. And that's where the... And then the on-off switch, if I'm right, was under here. So, actually maybe it's not the on, that's the smoke. That's for the smoke. But have a look at the instructions. It's on there like that. Oh, wait a minute. I think the on-off switch is... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. They all open up. That's amazing. The on-off switch is there. Right, everybody. Here's the instructions. I have a horrible feeling my front doesn't go down properly. I should have waited a bit to buy one of these, but I'm going to get it so you could all see it. So here's the instructions. Come in like Chinese at first, or is it Mandarin? So this is all the bits to put on, and I really want to do a good job on this because it looks like it's got a lot of really nicely detailed parts, doesn't it? So there's that. Yeah, look, it's a proper little model. There's those parts in that bag. And the holes at the front here, they're the track tensioners. So you use the Allen key that's supplied, you can tension your tracks. To get the battery out, this whole section comes out. It's on with magnets. So that's really cool. That's really cool. But I'm a bit worried about this. If you look along the edge, can you see it's not... It's like it's got something trapped. Right, so let's take this off and put the battery on, make sure it shines. And then I'm going to open it up. We can have a look inside and see why my front hole is sticking up badly. Pop that in. Yeah, sorry about the rain outside. Is it on? Well, the battery's in, and that says on. So let me get some batteries in the receiver. So it's just 4 AA batteries. I think you can get an extra battery to just put in here. Okay. Okay, there's lights. I think I might have this in fast setting. I can't remember on the Stuart. We have a look at the instructions and we'll work out what they do. Right joystick switch, light status, vehicle selection, pre-adjustment knob, winch, light switch, right joystick voice, and voice group. Okay. Let's turn smoke off so I don't think there's anything in there. Oh, that's right. That's the machine gun. It's on the back, isn't it? I've had a long day. And then... That's not bad, actually. That's quite good. Now, which one is the speed one? Because remember, there's 2 settings on this. Switch. Power mode. Right. So that. It's got a delay to it. And then that one must be. Yeah, that one's a stupid fast. So down is like normal drive. That's like the Stuart, isn't it? And then up is silly drive. And you can tell it's silly drive because you can't stick it straight in reverse. It's got a cutout to stop you messing up the gearbox. But if it's on normal drive, it works alright. So yeah, so it's virtually the same as the Stuart. Okay. Right, off. Let's turn that off a minute. I'm going to take the bottom off this and work out why this is. Look, it's got a massive gap. It's got a massive gap. I'm hoping it is just something in transit. All right, but let's have a look inside it, and then we'll have a look at the add-on parts. Right then, I thought I'd just quickly show you the suspension at work. So it works quite well. And they've got metal arms now, so if I jump ramp jump this, it shouldn't break. So this is on the slow speed setting, so it's alright. Okay, but yeah, I just wish the front was alright. So it works quite well. Alright. Right, I am presuming it's these screws under here. It's probably going to fall apart now. Right, so that's all unscrewed. Okay, so, okay, that slips out. That's kind of cool. That's the back plate, put that on in a minute. So there we go, that's everything. So again, looks like it's got a servo unit that's fully rotational. Yeah, you know, it doesn't have a 360 thing. Again, there is elevation by servo, and yeah, and obviously inside the tyre, I'm not going to take that apart, there will be a recoil servo. There's the board, which I think is exactly the same as the Stuart. Smoke machine. I think it's ever so slightly different with the gearbox. They designed it better. And with this, the good thing is you haven't got the massive bulge. The underside of the hull is perfect. That, yeah, again, that's like the transfer bit from the turret, I think, to the hole here. There's a little speaker, just there. See the battery compartment here. And then, yeah, the the Christie suspension is on the inside there. To take that off, I'm not going to take that off. And there's the two exhaust pipes, but there was no smoke. So, we might fill that up, see if we can get some smoke coming out. But why was my tank... Oh, here we go. If you look here, there's the two holes, idlers to a track adjustment. Okay, that makes sense. And if you look in the turret, you can see you can see just down there. Hold it still, I'll zoom in. Servo in there for the recoil. So it's a really cool little tank, and it's really detailed. Let me just put some smoke fluid in, see if we can get the smoke fluid working. Right, so I got the smoke machine working. I just filled it up with a bit of this. Okay, I'll show you in a minute when I put it all back together. This tube goes into here. The biggest problem with the Stuart was the smoke wasn't working because the tube fell out for the refiller. This is quite stiff. When you put it on there like that, put it on there, you've got to make sure it goes down or else it holds the top up. But I've got another problem, actually. Now, I cannot for the life of me get this front to sit down. Now, can you all see? There's this metal bar here. Maybe it's for tensioning or stiffening, but I don't think so. I think this is a bar that something clips under. If you look here, you see up there, there's those two bosses. Now, they look like they should have something on them or in them. Magnets, maybe? something to go onto that bar, or something that goes back that way and then clips underneath here. Because for the life of me, fellas and ladies, if you're watching this, look. So it will hold it onto there. If I hold it where the last screw sets are, which is here, that's what the front looks like. And that is such a shame, because this is a beautiful little model. Look at the details on it. I do something else. So if anybody from COOLBANK's watching this, should there be a part that clips under there to hold the front down? Because on my one it doesn't have it. If you could send it to me, that would be absolutely fabulous, because I don't really want to send the whole tank back. Let me know in comments if any more of you have got this and you've got the same problem. Like I say, to hold it, to open it up, it's just those 6 screws underneath. I can't see. Put in the comments if you can see why that might not be sitting down. Well, I give up. I can't get it to shut down in the middle. It goes backwards and forwards. Either the top hole's warped or something's getting trapped. And I can't for the life of me see what. But this here, that definitely looks like something should go underneath that. And these here definitely look like they should have something on them. Magnets or another bar that you slot under there on these two and then screw the whole lot down. But mine doesn't have it, which is a real disappointment. I'll just get in touch with COOLBANK model and I'll show them the YouTube video and see what they say. And let me know in comments if anybody else has got this problem, because it's bloody annoying. Because it's really lovely little tank. Really lovely little tank. The details, the bolts, I mean, you know, paint this up properly. You've really not got to do much to this. I mean, look at the clasps, they look nice and neat and crisp. We've not looked at the parts yet, so we'll do that now. I'm going to button this up and feel a bit depressed. I don't want to fix it tonight. I don't see why I should have to fix something that's brand new. Anyway, right. So I've buttoned it all completely up, and you see, it needs the front end to be held down. It's such a shame. Look, it just needs, I swear, it must have a metal thing that goes under that bar, which I'm going to have to make up myself. But that's really upsetting, because this looks really lovely. It's spoiled. Look, you can't have it like that, can you? It's ridiculous. And I wouldn't care if this was 80 quid. But if I didn't get this with the discounts, out of my own money, this would have been £250 with postage. Which is a real shame for that to have that. Anyway, look, let's look at some of the parts and we'll see what they look like. Okay, so here's the bag of bits. Sorry, fellas, I've had a long week and I was really looking forward to this coming. And ladies, and because it looks lovely. I mean, look, it's great. Look at these little parts. Pre-painted with the red on the sighting thing. The brass fire extinguishers. Viewing port caps. I guess that's the main cap for the rear sprocket, I think. That's maybe the front sprocket. I have to look. I'm not an aficionado of Crusader tanks. That lights up. I'll show you in a sec. Alright, so it's got some really cool features. I mean, look, all the grab handles, they're quite, you know, they're okay. I wanted to make this really good. I was going to do a job on this one. I don't really like Stuart tanks. I think they look a bit stupid. And I've released a new Stuart one as well, where it's got the 90mm howitzer. So yeah, so all these parts and the little grab handles and everything, they look good. Those, I think, go on here for the track tensioners. And then pre-done little shovels. These are all the bits for the, I think it's the air filters at the back. Okay, these are the hub caps. Is that aerials? I'd have to have a look at what that is in the instructions. And we'll look through the instructions in a minute. Okay, so there's all that. And then, like I said, it's usual old radio. That, that's the rear. Yeah, let's take them out. So there's the exhausts, air filters. I think they're the air filters. So it's those there. You have to build them up. There's the supports for the fuel tanks, which are there. There's some, oh, that's the idler hubcap, if that makes sense. Don't know what that's for. For poking your eye out because you've got a massive gap at the front, so you can't see it. I guess you can keep all this stuff actually in here. It's really cool. I mean, all this, it's really, oh, blimey. Sorry, everybody. That's a thing. There's a thing that goes somewhere. I'd have to look in the instructions. I'm not going to put any of this on yet because, like I said, I want to build this. I want to build this, make it look like a really cool Tunisian two-tone camouflage tank in honour, or, you know, just in, like, you know, homage to my poor old dad who fought in the Second World War. You see, look at that gap at the front. I'm not sure how these fit on. So these are the sand skirts. Zoom. Everybody who knows how these go to go, oh no, you're doing it wrong. There we go. So that's one side. It's great they come off. But see, look, with the front up, I mean, these aren't, I think you'd have to stick these. So I think it's optional. You can run it with them off, or you would stick these on, I think. Because I can't see another way how they would fit and stay on. So I think you would have to stick these on yourself. Or if you wanted to do it with one skirt off, like some of them were. But I'd rather run it with them on, because I think it look cool. I like them with the skirts on. You can thin them down. So it's like that. But look, because of the front, it's that. So I guess... Oh no, wait a minute. Oh no, you could stick the skirts on, couldn't you? Maybe if you stuck the skirt on, keep the front down, wouldn't it? But I think there should be a metal bar under there, because if they give you an option to have these skirts, then surely the front should be able to be held down. I'll have to make a metal bar to put under there to hold it. But yes, that's the skirts and the spats. Spats. Oh no, don't do stuff. That is for the fuel tank. This goes in there. And the fuel tank goes together. Where's the other bit? There it is. I guess it's... I won't put it back because it might be a special way of doing it so that you can fit it. I need to look. So that's that. And then that sits on the back there, which is really cool. And the detailing is lovely. I mean, it really is really quite nice. Look at it. Glorious little thing. But that's just... Why? When you know it can do that, why? I'm sure that's what it needs. I'm sure they haven't fitted it in a factory. There's I don't know if you can see down there. I can feel it with my finger. Yeah, where those bosses are that got nothing on. They're right at the edge of that. I think they forgot to fit in the factory. Maybe if I get in touch with COOLBANK, they could send me the part. All right, so look, this is all the bits. But it looks lovely. I mean, I think it's a fabulous little thing. It's a monster little tank. Size-wise, with the, as British would call it, the honey, or the Stuart, it's that. So they're about the same sort of size, you know. They're not massive. Yeah. And with the Stuart, actually, it's not their fault, but with the gearbox, you see here, I'm not an aficionado of Second World War tanks, and I wasn't thinking that wouldn't be there. You can see the big bump. That's where the gearbox goes. But I'm sure, you know, it's acceptable. But yeah, so look. Yeah. So it does that. I'll just do a bit more running with it. Let me put this stuff back in the bags. Oh yeah, and here's the spare track links. The tracks look right though. And they also, you can make up to there. So I really want to make a little good model of this. I'm going to have to fix it before I've even built it. Anyway, let's just tidy this all up and we'll just run it backwards and forwards again. I'll show you that light that comes on. Right, just thought I'd quickly show you these a bit better. Yes, they are aerials. So this is a wonderful little model. I think these have got to be stuck. You can't. They won't stay on otherwise. I don't think there's nothing to stick them on. There's no like screws or anything I can see. So if you want those on, I think you probably need sticking them, which will probably correct the whole front. Oops, sorry. Probably correct the whole front, wouldn't it? And that's the track tensioner. Okay. And let's just turn it on and show those lights. Oh, sorry. And here's the stickers. You've got quite a lot of selection. And basically, they're quite thin. If you varnish these and put a good coat of varnish over top, you can sand them down and they will blend. All right. Yeah, so you got Desert Rats, different Armour Brigade, stuff like that. Oh no, wait, just be careful. I thought I had some missing. I think I might do. There's one of the thing that holds the stowage on. And that's what I mean, it's a lovely model. But I think there should be one on the other side, but I appear not to have one. So I'm going to have to get in touch with AliExpress and let them know, or COOLBANK. Maybe I should have held off fire a bit, because I think I've got one that's been chucked out of the factory. Not quite right. That's nothing in there. But I mean, like, the packing's fabulous. I mean, it's a lovely little thing. It's really annoying. So yeah. Anyway, so I'll stop whinging. I've also unscrewed one of the road wheels to see if they've got bearings. That's metal bushings. That's all right, at least it's something, isn't it? You can see it's the actual colour of the plastic, and this is painted. Okay. And that's the suspension. And they're metal, so it should be better than the Stuart that broke. So if I jump this off a ramp, it should be all right. Which is good. And also bushings in the front idler. Ooh. So there. So at least it's got some wear protection. All right. Yeah, so I've got the smoker working. When you put that back in, let me just turn the sound off. When you put that back together again, make sure that pipe is on the top and then going into the smoker, because otherwise it won't fill up. And also it'll just all go into the tank. So I turn the sounds off. It's only got one sound level setting, which is that. All right, but the recoil's lovely. Oh, sorry. That's really cool, isn't it? You know? Now, the searchlight, do you see it? I've got to take the paint off it, but see it there? And that's on separate K function. So this board does a heck of a lot. And when I was looking on it, there's all this stuff about bistable system. So maybe he's going to release newer tanks, sort of thing. But yeah, it's a lovely little model. Why? So I get in touch with AliExpress. I think I do have one of those side parts missing. I can't see, it's not falling out anywhere. To do the other side on the sand skirts to hold the stowage. All right, so there is the COOLBANK Crusader Mk.III. Beautiful little thing, but let down by that. And also there's a bit missing in the box. Okay, so in the comments, let me know if any of you have got this and you've had the same issue. If you could, that'd be fabulous. And that's not clickbait. I don't want to just, because you know, if you get in comments, you can. Oh, and most of this stuff is going to need to be stuck down. I would use super glue. All right, and yeah, so the smoke's. Can you see the smoke? You must be able to see the smoke working. All right, it's good stuff. That Mega Steam. It really works. Doesn't clog up your smoke machine or anything. Yeah, and it's, you know, it's such a shame. I mean, so much of this is fab. Look, that all opens. That opens. No fingernails. The commander's open. You know, that comes off for some mad reason. That's where the smoke unit, you fill it up from. These come off, and that's where the on-off switch is. So it's great. The parts are all really nicely detailed. I'm just going to have to fix that front, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Let everybody have a nice weekend. I hope that this was helpful. If anybody's watching from COOLBANK, can you tell me if that's supposed to have something on there, or you're happy with the front sticking up? I can't believe you are, because you've taken so much time in this beautiful little jewel of a model tank. I can't believe you would allow it to be left like that. Apart from the fact, if it hits anything, at some point that's going to break, because you've got soft parts put onto here. And just once more again, so yeah, it's the driver's hatch, and the whole thing comes off, and that's where your battery is. Okay, it's fab. It's a really lovely little design, but it's let down by that. Maybe I've just got a duff one, because it's one of the first factory ones. It wasn't quite right, and like I said, I've got a part missing. And yeah, just remember that those extra bits are in these. Now I've got one in here, but not in there. So I'm thinking that was forgotten to be put in. Maybe it was stuck in the box on a Friday. Look, have a lovely weekend. I will see you all soon. If you like this, give it a like. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be even better. And if you want to share it, please do. But if anybody else of you have got these issues with the front, all right, please let me know. And if anything, if it came without any bits, the side sound things, these, going, oh well, they're supposed to be cold. You don't know what you're talking about. No, not really. These will probably have to be super glued. If you do that, it will probably fix that front. But to be honest with you, if you don't want the side bits on, you're going to have to fix it anyway. Such a shame. Anyway, look, have a nice weekend, and I will see you all soon. Hi, so I was just doing my thumbnail picture, and I forgot to say that all the rubber wheels are rubber. Oh, you know what I mean. All the tyres are rubber. You know, I don't, yeah, sort of thing. So I just, why? Hi everybody, sorry this is bitty, but I worked out at the end of the video what was wrong. I'm going to show you now, but the screw bosses inside here, they're not screw bosses, they have magnets on them. And I've sort of fixed it. I'm going to get some stronger magnets, I think, to this, but I'll just quickly show in the video now. Right, everybody, those bosses underneath weren't for everything screwed in. They have little magnets like this, and the metal bar going along the top there is for a magnet. But the gap between that and the magnet, if you feel inside, is massive. It's like probably 7mm, so it does nothing. So what I've done is I've added some more magnets, and that's how far away that boss is from that bottom bar. So I guess what you could do is raise that bottom bar up with spacers, but the magnets that are in these bosses under here, those, sorry, they're a bit as we call them. So this does it. I realised that you couldn't make a slot in thing there because you couldn't slot it. I don't think you can slot it. It'd be very tricky. But this, so I've been at one hand, seems to have done the job. I've tried it. I'll put the 2 screws in here, and then that's flush. So R&D at COOLBANK, you need to change that. So it's a bit better, but it's still not perfect. It should be down. I've got to think about doing this because it'll annoy me. It'll just annoy me. Because it also feels like that the actual frame here isn't bent down enough on the top deck. There's got to be a better way of doing this than try and use 2 magnets that are nowhere near a lump of metal. Magnets have to touch unless they're really, really, really strong magnets, and they're not really strong magnets. I'll come back to this, but it's bearable. But I can't start working on this and making this look like a proper nice little model until that's done, because that looks just... If you look up there, See, look, there's gapped. But it's not as bad as yours. I mean, it was. Off the magnets, it was like that. It's a bit silly. But, anyway, sorry. So, yeah, I'll call it quits. Look, I'll see you soon. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have a nice evening. Bye.